Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, Formula One is in the news in an interesting situation where they're apparently working with the FIA quite aggressively on enclosed cockpits for the machines. This is something I think that's been needed inside of Formula One for quite some time. Obviously, this being on the backs of Jules Bianchi's and Justin Wilson's passing over the past racing season. Now, there's a lot of talk that there may just be somewhat of a halo situation going over the driver's compartment, keeping out large objects from outside of the vehicle. I'm really more in favor of a complete closed canopy situation, much like some top fuel drag racing cars and top fuel hydro boats. I think this may be a better situation. You're thinking back to Felipe Massa, I think it was at the Hungarian Grand Prix, where a spring came off the back of Rubens Barrichello's car and actually struck Mr. Massa in the face, piercing through not only the helmet, but also the visor or the windscreen of his helmet. This is a situation I think could be really easily rectified because there was a very good chance we could have lost Mr. Massa so many years ago. Obviously, the FIA and Formula One is looking into this very, very aggressively, and hopefully we'll know a whole lot more coming up in the next several months. We'll keep you in tune of what we hear. Next up on the list, you may remember this big, grandiose plan from Sergio Marchionne and the Fiat Chrysler Automobile Group moving forward. A lot of those pieces of that puzzle have really been moving around, including making Ferrari public. But a situation now that's been a revised plan for the next several years includes this machine's passing. Yes, the Chrysler 200 will be no more after its cycle runs through. They're getting rid of this machine in favor of different styles of vehicles. Another vehicle that's on the chopping block is the Dodge Dart. These are kind of kissing cousins on the same platform. These vehicles are both being pushed aside in favor of more truck-style vehicles, which are selling exceptionally well. We're not talking just pickup trucks, but SUVs and crossovers inside of the truck lineup. This is meaning a big change around for Fiat Chrysler automobiles. That includes this machine, the Jeep Wrangler, the new Wrangler, the next generation Wrangler that's going to be coming out very soon. Hearing a lot of stuff that this vehicle will not only get a diesel variant, but also a hybrid version. The diesel one right off the bat, I think, would sell very well. Off-roaders love torque, especially low-end torque, and diesels have that in spades. Whether they'll actually switch to it or not will remain to be seen, but I think it would be very good for rock crawling and low-speed style situations. But the hybrid thing I was really on the fence about right off the bat. The more I thought about it, the more I thought, you know what? I work on a lot of these Jeeps, and a lot of these Jeeps never, ever see off-road action. Even the ones with massive winches and massive light bars, big wheels and tires, and huge suspension lifts, a lot of those never see off-road as well. So maybe a hybrid version may be perfect for these vehicles. Yeah, I think of a Jeep as somewhat like a hybrid, or maybe even like the Prius, or maybe even like the Mustang. They're really niche style vehicles, and most people who jump into that water and buy one of these machines, as soon as it's time to buy something else, they don't buy another version of it. They move on because they feel they've been there, done that with these machines. So maybe a hybrid Jeep Wrangler could sell very well, even though I think the Jeep faithful are going to be quite upset over this. Another vehicle that's going to get a hybrid treatment is going to be the next generation Dodge Ram that's in the works. Now, this hybrid version as well is going to be more stuff to try to help Fiat Chrysler automobiles. If they're moving up into the truck lineup, they really need to work on the fuel economy numbers and the CO2, or the grams of CO2 emissions that these vehicles are putting out ahead of government regulations that are going to be ever increasing, tightening down on over the next several years. So they're really going to have to jump through some hoops to make their vehicles do better, especially getting rid of some of those sedans. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to work out. It may work out well, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Last up on the list, if you ever wanted a DeLorean, Have you ever wanted a brand new one? And that may be a possibility coming very, very soon. There's a group down in Texas who restores and builds DeLoreans. Now, these guys have went in and they bought all of DMC's stuff, all the old parts and pieces, the mints, all the stuff to make new parts heading forward. And they've been building and helping to restore DeLoreans for several years. But a nifty little law passed the U.S. government in 2015. It's called the Low Volume Motor Vehicle Manufacturing Act, which will allow you to make replicas up to 325 of vehicles that are upwards of 25 years old, i.e. the DeLorean fits right into this situation. No word on just exactly how many parts and pieces and how many brand new cars they can actually build. There was an early report of maybe quite possibly 50 or 60 a year could be built out of these. They are going to make some revisions to make the car a little bit more livable with. Those will be kept to a minimum as they want to keep these cars exactly like they were back in the early 80s when they were being sold as brand new. There is a couple of situations. There's the Department of Transportation and National Highway Traffic Safety Administration rulings that are going to come down over this law over the next several months. And if those vehicles, or these DeLoreans, can fit inside of those guidelines, they will be going on sale in 2017. Early reports, somewhere around $100,000 is what it would cost you to get you a brand new DeLorean. But if you want to live out your, well, Marty McFly dreams, as most people know this particular machine from, you may be able to get that opportunity in the next couple of years. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.